And who are you that would dare enter my courts unannounced? Let's hope your manners are as shiny as your sword. For you gaze upon the Shadow Queen, and I do not know what trickery has guided you here. But if you have come to stop me, your efforts are futile. I will take what is rightfully mine, and those who would stand in my way will find there are far worse things than death. But do not fret, my noble wanderer, for I am a gracious host. So stay, but do not stray far from my courts, for I may have use for you yet.
Let's do it!
2.
All right,
Everybody. We made it back here for episode 4 of Courts of the Shadow Fae. I'm Little Red Dye. I will be your GM, and I am the Twitch producer here for Kobold Press. It is such an honor to be back with this talented crew. We are missing a player tonight, but that's okay because it's for very exciting reasons. Persephoros is moving to LA, I believe.
I think so. Yeah.
I think that's the word on the street. So very exciting, and we all know that moving sucks.
The worst.
Yeah, moving is the worst. So definitely worth the week. But the characters themselves are in quite a pickle, and they draw near to the end of their request from the Queen of Night and Magic. But before we hop into anything else, let's go around. Let's meet who's with us tonight and give us a quick introduction of your character. And you know what? Since Persephoros is not here, myth that makes you first.
Oh no. All right, you said, hi everybody, I'm Mythomatic. I'm playing Théoden Selvier. He's a Shadow Fae, and that's it. That's it. That's all you get today.
That's all.
That's all you get.
All right, Fox.
Glorious.
That means I need to hit my mute button.
We're killing it today, gang.
This is it. And this is us being on it,
Uh-huh.
more or less. Hi, everybody. I'm Rockette Fox, and I am playing Seraphim, and I am just overjoyed to have made it not falling down the last time we were here. And but I'll give a little more detail because I feel like this is important as to some things that may happen. Seraphim is your friendly all-see druid who, for anyone who's not familiar, it's basically like a centaur, but in all the deer places you got it, or all the horse places you have a deer.
Deer places.
All the deer places. All the horse places you have a deer, and all the people places.
That
you
sounds
have
like a theme park for
people.
redneck hunters.
Help!
I like this.
As
like
a girl
where we're
who grew up with a
Yeah,
family full
right.
of them, can
listen,
confirm.
I there used to be deer heads hanging all. You know what? That's a story for a later time. We'll make it through this. That's me. I'm a druid. Hi.
Perfect. And Eugenio, bring us home.
Hi, everybody. I'm Eugenio. I'm DM Jazzy Hands, and I am playing Vannon, cleric wizard, devotee of the Queen of Night and Magic. Mostly, beginning to doubt. Met that bard who wanted basically what I wanted, and found out it was never to be, and been having doubts. And real curious to see what the king here has got to offer, and by offer I mean what I can take. We'll see.
Oh, well.
Look, I'm getting pushed around, and the queen is leading me along, and I've finally cottoned onto it, so not okay.
Yeah, clearly we're a little salty this week. It is a Monday. But this crew has good reason to be, because they were kind of lured here by the Queen of Night and Magic, and put through a couple of strange trials and a really quaint dinner party, we'll call it, to be able to even get a moment alone with her. And in that, of course, as queens do, they were asked to do something big and important, and she gifted them her abilities. Asked. By asked, she teleported them to the front of the labyrinth.
Proposed.
Yeah, proposed, in which she
Thank you.
expected them to enter and find the Moonlit King and to basically dethrone him of his power by stealing something called the Orb of Power, or his seal, which she believes is on his buttons. So there's a lot of things going on here.
Can I ask a clarifying question that I should have thought of sooner, and I'm sure Vannon did because he's much smarter than me.
Okay.
Yeah. Does she just wants us to take them, or she wants them? She wants us to give them to her. This feels like an important distinction based on my introduction.
Well, maybe that's a question you should have asked her when you were talking to her.
Great. Okay, so she was not clear about it. Excellent. That's all I wanted to confirm.
I think
Oh no.
she wants us to have them for us because I think that would just really benefit the world at large, the Shadow Kingdom particularly.
I knew that I liked you, Seraphim.
You know what? This is really perfect. These are good questions. And I think in this slow motion moment, as Vannon is falling a whole floor down, because last week, if I remember correctly, the stairs fell out from underneath all of you. And Lark and the rest of you, except for Vannon, were able to kind of balance yourselves on these broken, burned out beams that once were the second floor. As Vannon falls in slow motion, Vannon thinks back to all of the things the queen has asked for, about this orb, the king's rule, the history around her claim to the free city of Zobeck, or what she believes to be her claim. And I'm going to give Vannon a chance in this slow motion moment as things pass before his eyes, including the dwarfish man who falls next to you, who you put into hold person. Right? And he didn't
I feel a little bad
he's
about
like
that now.
frozen and doesn't come out a hold person until you hit the ground.
Yeah.
But I'm going to give you a chance to make a roll. I will let this be a history roll. This could be an arcana check.
Surprisingly not great at those.
What is, would you say, Vannon's general knowledge, like studied knowledge on the Shadow Fae, the court specifically, the Queen of Night and Magic? How much do you actually know?
I think I crammed for it, right? My whole focus was mostly on her, on Sarastra, right?
It's in there somewhere.
So I know a ton about her and her position within the courts and the hierarchy, but then I found out we were doing this whole thing, and so the rest of my knowledge is I had to read the books real fast. I don't know if that's a real answer for you.
You sort of remember, you sort of know what homeostasis is, but you also know what the powerhouse of the cell is.
That's exactly right. There are terms and concepts that, if I'm lucky, will pop up at the right time.
Okay.
Right. Great.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna say if you crammed. Oh, I know. All right. You have to call high or low. Here's how
it's
we'll do
me. Low. Oh, but you're rolling, so who knows?
Good call.
Woo,
okay, it was low.
Okay.
Anybody that has ever crammed for a test knows that the information in which you cram for is only relevant in the most ideal time.
Correct.
You're like, oh, I learned that, but not for the test. So whether or not you
as soon as it's done.
Yeah,
like right now when I said homeostasis.
Right now, as I'm falling across the
right, and you're like, wait a second, and maybe your light bulb goes off or something. So I will let you roll with advantage for this since you called low.
Okay.
And we'll say
great.
you maybe do know a little bit more than the average person, maybe especially when put under pressure.
Sure.
So I will take your a religion check would also work. Probably though in this case Arcana or History is best. It's basically your intelligence check.
I should be good at this, so let's. Hey!
A nat 20. Okay, this could not have
Finally,
played out
because I don't think I
better.
rolled above
This
a 10
could
last week.
Not have played out better. This is amazing. Okay, you're falling, and all of this information, that test that you crammed for, way back when you were just trying to win over the magic of the Queen of Night and Magic herself, and it all comes rushing back. So there's a few things that you remember.
Oh God.
She and the king aren't necessarily on good terms.
Uh-huh.
They're called
Okay.
king and queen not because they're happily married.
Uh-huh.
That's kind of maybe more courtly knowledge. That the queen
Mm.
actually spends one season here, outside of her courts here. And it's well known that the king is as intimidating and scary as everyone says because he's gone mad.
Uh-huh.
Most very powerful beings that go mad do so not because they actually lose their minds, but because it's often taken from them in some way. Maybe say by an object, or they become bound to it. More importantly, it's well known that the king never leaves his tower.
Uh-huh.
Ever.
Uh-huh.
On the way here, you saw quite a few people who had curses placed on them and things that bound them to this place. So, maybe you're possibly kind of getting the idea that maybe the king is mad because he's been forced into this place.
Uh-huh.
And she simply is ready to take from him what he has. He's used up. And as all of this comes rushing back and you're like putting the pieces together and you're like in slow motion, your body thuds to the floor. And this creature, this small kind of gnomish creature with bluish gray skin and a crazy eye, slams next to you. All the dust kind of poofs. You took your damage last week, so we won't roll for that again. But he kind of he comes to and is like, ah! And he sits up because when you get the wind knocked out of you, you play like Red Rover, that's this moment. And he's like, oh, and he's trying to catch his breath. Above you sit the rest of your party, but the staircase that was there is no more. It is as if it was just blooped out of existence.
Oh, that's a bad idea. I shouldn't do that. Can I?
Okay, but what were you thinking?
I was gonna sit on him and make him talk before I went upstairs.
I mean, right now, I would say he's in a bit of a paralyzed state. If you wanted to make a grapple check, you could.
Yeah, let's give it a go. And it's not like it's like, well, you know what? Let's wait because my strength
Let's
is
see what
bad.
happens.
So let's see.
It takes him a second to like figure out like to catch himself, and when he realizes he's next to you, he doesn't make much noise, but he kind of skitters backwards, and you see his back hits that wall again, that solid moonlit wall, the one that Persephoros' T-Rex character attempted to barrel through with no avail.
Right.
Yes, that happened
That was
last
sort of
week,
a glorious
everybody.
moment. Yes, it was a good times. All right, well, let's see if I can. And again, let's roll him then. Okay, well, it's a 13. Could be worse.
Okay. Did you do it with advantage? Because remember, he is. That is the advantage. Yep. Great. Well, we'll give him a chance to roll. Maybe say with disadvantage.
Yes. Okay, really making it hard for me to screw those up. Thank you.
We'll give him a chance to maybe get away. He is kind of backing up, but he's against a wall. Here he is.
Yeah.
I
am not a grappler.
Yeah, he's not really.
I like these
either.
giggles.
Yeah, he's like, no, please.
To be very clear, Vannon thinks none of this is funny. I do. I think it's very funny.
Why?
Vannon
Me
just
too.
fell on his ass from 10 feet up. So.
Oh, is he not playable? Okay, here we go. Ready? I'm gonna just roll it. Oh, not a D100. That's not how this works. That's a 10 and a 10. He rolled a 10.
Okay.
I don't know
All
why
right.
that rolled so many times, but he rolled a
It's
10.
dice, but it's okay.
Which is more,
okay.
and he kind of starts backing up, and you manage to get the lower half of this tiny creature's like body, right, like from his waist down, and you kind of have him pinned, but he's like squirming and he's trying to get away, but there's not really anywhere to go unless he goes back outside.
Right. So I'm just I just sort of like have them wrapped. I'm not trying to hurt him. I'm just like, stop.
Roll a persuasion check
Okay.
because he's
okay
like
with that.
scared. Actually,
Hey.
He does. He kind of wiggles for a while and he realizes he can't go anywhere, and he looks at both of his hands, right, which are free, and they're empty. And he kind of looks around and he goes,
And his tentacle, right? Isn't he a Darrow?
"Oh yeah, that's right. He's a Darrow. He has one tentacle.
Oh,
the
right.
tentacle like comes up
Looks
from
at his
behind,
hands and then
and
tentacle.
it's empty too. Yeah, exactly. And he's like, okay. And all three limbs go up in,
Incredible. Name.
The master just calls me servant. I'm just a servant.
All right. And what were you ordered to do? Why are you here?
To make sure he knows when you're coming.
Great. So you've got two choices then, as far as I can see. The first is that you go upstairs and you tell your master that we're not coming. We're very busy down here. It'll be at least a couple of hours.
What?
Alternatively, you can stay down here and pretend that I knocked you out and just say nothing to him. How's that sound?
I'd much prefer to do my job, but I can't now. He turned the stairs off.
Oh, well, right. Yes, of course. The stairs are... How did he know we were here in the first place? How did you know we were here?
I used the scrying orb to tell him.
And Venom starts muttering about how he should have paid more attention in divination class. Because I don't have anything to shield us from that.
So what does this knocking out look like?
Well, and I sort of take out my spellbook and I thumb through a few pages. Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know the sleep spell. So, yeah.
And he kind of puts his hands out like, the tentacle goes limp.
Of course, you could just... Oh, but he'll see you if I don't really knock you out, won't he? With the scrying orb, he'll know.
Well, the scrying orb's just up there, because remember, he threw it successfully to the 3rd floor.
Oh, I forgot he threw it upstairs.
So, as he points up, you see the rest of your team. Sans Lark, who was on one of the, beams, but is no more. And Theoden and Seraphim are also standing on these, and you're looking down, witnessing. You see this tussle happen. You successfully landed on these, but you can feel, actually based on a roll that was made. I can't remember who made it. Somebody made last week. These beams are not structural. You can't.
Are you
stay
okay, Venom? Are you all right?
Yes, I'm all right. Bit of a bruised pride, but then again, that's far from the worst thing that's happened to me since we started adventuring together. So,
All right.
How are you going to get up here?
I'll be up there in just a moment. I'm just speaking with our new friend down here and trying to make sure that he assists us in whatever ways he can.
What are you going to do? Fly?
Is he actually friendly? Or?
I wish. No, I'll be up there in a jiff. A little
Right.
little zap, and I'll be there.
I wish I could do that.
It's handy. Lark just did it. By the way, where is Lark? Is she up there?
What is it? What are both of your passive perceptions?
What is my path?
What did you see?
She keeps doing this. I don't.
No.
Where is she?
This time she doesn't have a ghostly man in her pocket.
Not this time.
Not
Ghostly
this-
man in your pocket, or never mind.
Nope.
Or is it
Nope.
just Courts of the Shadow Fame?
Yeah.
9.
T-shirts.
Actually, it's a ghostly
9.
man.
My passive perception is 9.
Oh yeah, right. Mine's 20. Haha.
20.
Well, between the
20.
two of you.
9 and 20. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Well,
about
on
that.
a 20,
Feel bad.
you definitely saw something. She basically kind of pittered away into a fairy dust to some degree, just like poof. And currently standing in her place, if you can see her, is a small kind of creature. Some might call her a fae, but her wings hint more at like celestial. And she kind of sits there on the edge of the branch, or this beam, without putting any weight on it. And she goes,
Oh.
Are we both seeing this?
Hello?
"No, who had the 9?"
Me?
Yeah, you do not see this at all. You're like just your little hooves are like 4 in a line on this 2x4.
Oh yeah, no, Seraphim's busy. Oh, I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
You're the one she likes.
My... Who?
The jealous one.
You have to be more specific.
What you doing?
Well, I was just trying to make our way up this tower because the queen had proposed I would, so I have, and now I'm here, and I'm trying to see if we can. I'm not entirely sure. I think we are trying to get Bannon from down there. What are you doing here?
What's at the top of the tower?
The Shadow King?
Is it mischievous?
Yes.
What does the king have?
A brooch. Very powerful.
A brooch?
Yes.
What for?
I do not know. I don't know. Where is Lady Lark? Is she behind you?
And she looks over and kind of like flies over and sits on the back of our little Allseed, this little tiny deer-like creature, with none the wiser. Cannot feel it, cannot see her at all.
Theoden, I think I'm gonna fall. I think I'm gonna fall. This is not wide enough for me.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Just
Yeah, I don't
don't
know.
even think about it.
This
Look
seems
behind
very
you.
unstable.
Look on your bum. Look, there's a thing.
I can't.
Just look.
I can't. If I look anywhere else, I'm gonna fall down.
I was gonna say, can you see your bum? As you're like,
I'm gonna fall down if I look anywhere behind me.
All right. Well, don't worry. Then you just stay there, and I'm going to be looking at your bum.
Lark is
Just,
in the
I
company
guess
of the
that's
king.
fine. I can't really turn around right now, but I mean, you already have a lot of things happening with you and Bum looking right now. I don't want to be.
Yes, sorry. Then he looks over at your head. Yes, what?
Your friend?
Yes.
She's with the king.
Oh. Okay. Well, that's good. We should. How do we get to the king?
Or with this. And she spins her hand out.
And an orb? I will.
What if she just gave us the Orb of Rule?
I'll take it. What is that? Hmm. And it is a
No,
water
we still
balloon.
we still don't have you, my
It's
dear.
a bowling ball. It's a
a
snow globe.
It's
of
a greeting
shadow.
orb of friendship. I love a good mimed game of D&D.
Oh, yeah, no worries, no worries.
Yes,
there
it
we go.
does.
Ah,
good.
Well, we'll
All
just
right.
tell them.
Ah.
So you hear me, chat doesn't.
Theoden,
Yeah.
Theoden, are you talking to my butt?
Yes, I am talking to your butt.
Why?
There is a very beautiful.
Theoden!
Theoden, I
Yes,
do
yes,
hear you,
yes.
and I don't know why you're speaking to Seraphim's butt, but I advise you.
I found a way up.
Oh,
That's-
marvelous.
This is making me very, Vannon, I'm coming down there. I'm gonna come down there in a second. It's getting
hold on
weird
now.
up here.
No, I
It's
understand.
there was like a nymph or something on your butt, and I'm trying to talk to her.
Don't, why would
Vannon,
you? She's
get it
going
off!
to
Get
fall
it
off of the. Well, this is a
Hey,
disaster.
get it off! I don't want it on there.
All right,
Seraphim.
why don't you jump over to me then?
Oh.
No, I'll help you. Wait, don't jump. Don't jump.
I must
You
save
and I
the nymph. then.
Go.
Oh no!
This
Oh
is
no!
fun.
Save the
God.
nymph, save the world.
She goes to reach back towards Seraphim's tail as if to pluck just the tiniest bit of fur hair, just to make her jump a little bit. Do you do anything? There, Theoden?
Shit.
What's gonna happen, buddy?
Hello. So I think he is going to.
Theoden.
Yes. There is just there is something about to happen to your butt. You're going to feel a slight pinch.
I don't like what you're insinuating right now.
Yeah.
It's not me.
This is a nightmare. Stop. You stay there. Me, go.
Slight pinch.
I don't.
Coming 3, 2, 1.
What?
I really want to know what happens if you get pinched, but if I have an opportunity, I
You
do have something I
You
would
do.
like to. Okay, great.
If you can do it in a single turn.
Yes, I can. So I'll just yell at the. You stay there and stay quiet. And I'm going. Oh hell! What is it called? It's called. Oh, it's a
Because
very
Seraphim is
cool
about
spell
to
that
freak
I.
out.
A dark
Get ready
path.
for it. Here it comes.
Dark path.
What happens,
Here,
like
I'll put it in the. I'll put it in the chat as well.
Okay.
But basically, I conjure a shadowy road between 2 points to create a bridge where there was none before. So I'm going to
Ooh.
create a
Nice.
little ramp that goes from where I am up to the next floor and is directly underneath Seraphim.
Beautiful.
Ooh.
Just in time, I imagine, as this little thing like bonks, and it feels like somebody has plucked the tippitiest tip part of your tail hair, Seraphim.
And we all know what that feels like, right, humans?
Seraphim will flies into the air, legs all akimbo.
and,
I warned you.
and Vannon's there to catch you just in time on this
Yes.
ramp of shadow.
There's so much. I also want to point out that
Catch.
for anyone who's not familiar, all seeds stand at about 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
They weigh in at about probably 200 or so pounds.
Catch is a
No,
loose
it's more than that.
description.
I mean, because deer are significantly smaller than horses, but they are very large.
This is like a horse
Let's
deer.
get maybe an athletics check from our dear wizard,
Okay.
just to see
Well,
how
personally,
bad.
guys.
Absolutely. It's an 8. It's an 8 bad.
That is a
It's a
heavy all
It's an 8 bad.
As it lands on you and basically uses you as a boogie board down
Yep.
the ramp back to the first floor.
Yeah, that's fair enough. That's fair. This lasts for a minute, I think, with concentration, so
Yeah.
that's fine.
You roll down there, and the
Very
little
weird set of
creature
events.
that you got a nat 20 on has not moved. He has not.
Good. It was a test. Very good. Now, continue to stay, and we're going to go.
And there's now all of you can see her. She's made herself known, this kind of
Oh,
angelic
finally.
creature.
Is she still on my butt? Is she still on my bum?
She laughs at you.
I saw her
That
first.
was fun.
Literally, I
What
saw
are
her
you
first.
doing on there? Why are you pulling out my hairs? Why?
Oh my god.
You brought me here.
What?
You
Me?
brought me here.
I don't remember doing that.
Yes, you do.
Do I? And Seraphim's checking your tail and wiggling it around to make sure nothing's wrong with it.
And Vannon is just trying to make sure we get to the second floor before 1 minute expires.
Yeah. Are you moving up? Are you trying to get everybody back up?
I very except the Darrow, yes.
What?
except
I don't-
Darrow. Gonna
Darrow
leave him?
stays. Darrow's yes, I'm gonna leave him.
All right.
The orb is upstairs. He stays there, away from the orb. We'll
I
come get
imagine
you in a bit.
Like walking on a shadowy rainbow.
Yeah,
Kind of dissipates behind the two of you as you make your way back
Yeah.
up.
Chainbow.
that's dope.
Rainbow. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's
Um,
about what Vannon would be casting right now.
The
So yeah.
question is, what are you going to do? Because as you get close, there is no floor on the second floor. It is just these rotting beams, and Theoden's been standing there for quite a while.
Is there a floor above?
There is a floor above.
All right. Well,
there is
how
definitely
long
a
can
first
this
floor.
road be?
Yeah, I was about to say. Tell
Oh,
me
it
how
can be
far-
up to 50 feet long. So if I need to extend it to,
Oh, you make your own spiral, like, right? Because it goes up the
Yeah.
middle, right? So first floor.
yeah,
here.
there you go.
You can see the second floor. I might be able to actually show this to chat, y'all. Oh, chat.
Oh, dang.
Oh, dang, we special today. Hang on.
Woohoo!
Boom. All right, let's see how
Boom.
well I did. So you should be able to. I'm a little close, but see that there
Let's
are just
see.
these beams you're all standing on, right? And
Yep.
what else you got from the second floor is
Hate it.
that right? There is the beam for whatever that wheel device is. There's like a major structural beam
Yeah.
here.
Right.
And you can see the third floor would have gone up via the staircase in the center, which of course is not there, but
It's gone.
quickly becomes
Sure.
replaced by your
But also, Chambo.
this shadowy. Do you make stairs or is it like a?
I think it's just a ramp. Yeah, I think it's just, it says like a path, so I think it's just a ramp. I
Alright.
also, in the moment I was trying to help Seraphim, and I would like to think that Vannon wouldn't make her try and
So 50
scale the staircase.
So I would think this is at least you managed to get actually up to the fourth floor if you want, but definitely through to the third.
Might not be a bad idea since we don't know what's going to happen on the third floor.
Yeah, I mean, I'll extend it all the way up there. It only lasts a minute, so we need to like quickly go
Hustle,
up. Like,
yeah.
I will at least hustle up to 3 and like take a peek, I guess.
Yeah. This fey creature posts in one of the like tiny windows on this tower, watching as y'all struggle to beat the clock behind this staircase. Actually, I imagine it's a little like a burning wick. It like starts as the bottom and begins to like slowly.
I love that.
And you're racing the
Yeah.
clock as this, the magic
Terrifying.
kind of runs out. Yeah. On your
Into
way.
it.
I love it.
So let's see.
I'm also scared of it.
Also, yeah, please don't. On the
It's
third
the same thing.
floor, let's see if there's anything. These charred beams we kind of got past here. We don't have to worry about that. But you get
Glorious.
to this floor. This floor actually stands.
Someone grab the orb.
Yes, this floor actually stands open to
Oh, okay.
the outside. You can see that there's no
Oh.
doors here. It's like an open terrace almost.
Oh, yes, I
And there's a
see.
slanted roof all along the right-hand side of it. This is the darkest part of the tower.
Okay.
Let's see. Anything that I'm missing? That's about it. It seems pretty empty from what you can tell.
Well, I'm not seeing anything.
No, but also it
See
looks
much
like we can
either.
get up from here, so
Yeah.
maybe this is a safe staging area,
I
as
mean,
it
you
were.
could just race through the third floor to the fourth if you wanted. That's up to you. This is also a much smaller portion of the tower. It's as if it kind of shrunk in to just its core central beam,
Right.
or like
Right.
architecture. That's the word I was looking for.
And the third floor is where the orb landed.
The third floor. Nah, our great celestial handed it off to.
Oh,
God.
it was that one. Okay.
Right, okay.
It wasn't a surprise orb of many unhappinesses.
Right.
Okay.
And do we have a sense, like, is the fourth floor the top of the tower?
I
I don't know if we would.
You get a
if we would
feeling
know.
that there is probably one more above that.
Okay. Well, in that case, we should just go ahead and go to 4, right?
Okay.
Yes.
That seems like an
So
okay.
We can also see that we can get back. We'll take the slanted roof back down if we need to, I think.
Yeah.
Right. Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
You race the staircase as it
Who's the
burns
cute
out.
celestial woman? Where'd she go?
When you get to the fourth
This
floor,
guy.
she's like in a window, and she once again is like, she's kind of like
Sweet.
she's not a cherub, she's more like a cutie to some degree. That's kind of what she reminds you of. But she's kind of like there, and there's a lot of light around her, so you can't quite see her. But yeah, she's like anime girl meets like Tinkerbell. Yeah. And she watches you as you make
Oh.
it to the 4th floor. When you arrive, this floor has 2 holes in it. One to the left that looks down through back to the wheel at the bottom. And the other one is basically barren. It's just a hole straight through down through the many floors.
How strange.
That is interesting.
I feel like this doesn't bode well.
Concerns. Yeah.
Or exactly what this hole is here and what this one is here.
It gives me in the mind of some sort of a lift, but it was just a wheel at the bottom of one.
Right, and there was also a corkscrew, so I mean, or a
Right.
spiral staircase. Yeah, just it's all interesting to me.
Are there according to the map, it seems like there are little rocks and rubble on the floor. Are those
There are rocks and rubble on the floor. You're unsure if that's part of the tower crumbling. That would probably be a history check. I think history is based on like architecture if you want to try to figure out the structural integrity.
Oh, Seraphim mostly just wants to take, and she's gonna, with one of her hooves, just kind of kick one down one hole.
Ooh. Yeah, you watch it and it tinks at the bottom, echoing.
Well, nothing happened. She's gonna go over and do the same with the other hole. Just see what happens.
Kick in, it falls all the way through down and tinks on the wheel and kind of, ruddles underneath it till it hits the dirt.
Well, I mean, it just nothing seemed to have. I mean, the building didn't fall down.
Seems all right.
I guess it's okay. I'm just, makes me a little uncomfortable still. I just,
Yes, of course, I've been uncomfortable this whole time.
Sorry, did we get a name looking at the celestial?
No names.
All right, no names. Fantastic. Well, no names. Do you think maybe you could bring our friend back? We have a rather important mission, which I am acutely aware that you are acutely aware of. So could you...
No.
Nicely done.
oh, well, that seems about right. Okay.
I appreciate the directness of the no, though, I have to say. Like,
Yeah, it was good.
truly
That was-
in this place with all
Yeah,
of
we've been dealing with a lot of indirectness.
Yeah, so
What
you know
is
what?
it
A
you're
solid
doing?
no?
Well, I don't even know anymore.
They had said you're going to see the king.
Yes.
Yes.
Should I have said that?
Why?
Well, the king has these buttons, you see, and they're real nice, real nice. And we're gonna-
Shinies?
Yes, very.
Sure.
What if I stole his shinies?
Oh,
That would be great.
absolutely. Steal and bring
Yes,
to us,
please.
right?
Or even just take them.
No, I'll keep it.
Yeah, that seems fine.
Why would I
Right,
give it
that's
to
easy.
you? What do I
Well, I
get?
don't. Oh.
How would you like? Seraphim reaches in her pouch. I've got some.
Oh no! Accidentally
Squirrels.
pulls out a squirrel. Yeah.
Pulls out a squirrel. You probably don't want that.
Nah,
That's a cat. I've got some. Let's see. I've got some granola here. I've got some. I've got some mushrooms. Let's see what else we have in here. I've got some sticks. I've got some seeds. Let's see what else we have.
Yeah,
You're very shiny, but you seem like you'd want some. What do you like? You're very shy. I can't really look directly at you. What do you? Can
I
you look
can.
directly at yourself? Do you want some sunglasses or something?
I can't. You're right. Damn it. I know.
God damn it!
It is very bright. It only adds to the illumination of this moon tower, which is just like
Right.
glowing. And she is very hard to see, and she giggles again. She says, "No,
Until you can come up with something just as shiny."
Oh, just a shiny.
shiny.
Shiny. Oh yeah, no, that's good. What about what if we
Why do I have that?
gave you
Oh, I have a lot of things that I don't understand.
Venin.
Ah,
Venin.
yeah.
Um let's see. Well, you know, I mean, you're always, you just make dark stuff.
I do largely just make dark stuff.
Oh, me
Locke
too.
makes lots of bright things, though, right? I mean, I've seen him
On
like that
occasion.
sparkly kind of stuff.
I really don't. What if I... No, that's...
It kind of hurts my eyes.
Well,
But in a good way.
in a good way. It's a good pain.
A good pain.
I understand.
What about, what about that knife from the Queen?
Oh, who has that?
Lark
Not
has
me.
it, but once we get
Lark.
Of course she does.
Lark dug a
course.
hole and buried it out front of the tower.
Yes, she did.
Damn it.
Let's go get it.
It's spent the rest of this
God, can you
episode
imagine?
redescending to go dig it up.
I
I have
mean,
it. And we end the episode.
Okay, I do have one shiny thing, but it's a lot. What do we know about these damn buttons? Do I even want the damn buttons?
they're just buttons.
Right, if they're just buttons, take the shiny buttons.
I mean,
Okay.
I
And she-
imagine they are not just shiny buttons.
She
but
disappears.
what else
If
am I
you
gonna
say
do?
that out loud, she goes, okay.
I do.
then come back, and
I
then come back.
do,
Oh.
yeah, well, all right. You know what? I do, because in the end, I would love some power, but I would also love to not be here anymore.
Yeah,
So.
yeah.
Wasn't that one of the things we needed to get the buttons or
Brandon,
kill
what did
him
you
or something?
do?
Or the orb. No, look, but if she
Or the
takes
orb.
the buttons, then he'll likely, be diminished in some way, because Sarastra...
Well, likely. I don't know what the buttons do for him. I mean, at least if we have to fight him,
to do it.
well, at least if we have to fight him, his shirt's gonna be flapping all over the place. That's gotta hurt him some.
Exactly right. And then we take the orb and present it to the queen, or not. I mean, that's a conversation for later anyway.
Oh, this is so good. Okay.
Or, you know, we could show up and just like, you know, take, I mean, you know, Thaden, I know you're a bot and all, but I mean, you can draw some very good likenesses, I'm sure. And we can sneak up on him and get some pictures of him with his shirt all askew and then distribute them to everyone in the court. He'll be very embarrassed and then he'll never be able to show up again.
Excuse me, shirt all askew. That is not embarrassing.
Was detailed and specific.
Yes. And romantic. I don't think it'll do what you think it will. But
It depends on how askew it is. I mean, if all of your buttons were gone and your shirt was completely, and like maybe not for you, but like imagine yourself being all just. What if you let yourself go, and
how
and
dare you?
you would just put yourself in somebody else's perspective for a minute.
You bite your tongue. How dare you?
I won't.
I have an emerald,
painful.
by the way.
Oh
Is that
yeah, maybe
something?
she'd like an emerald.
Maybe we probably should. I should have probably looked around before she ran off.
Yeah, I don't know what you're doing with that. Where'd you even get that from?
You know,
Oh, you know what we should have given her?
couldn't
The
tell you.
scrying orb.
That's fine. I don't need
I
that.
don't want
Why
it.
do we even have that anymore?
When you
all
say
the better
the
she takes it and flies off. Oh,
when you say
no.
the scrying orb.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Bribing or
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
The one that's currently being used by the king right now.
Right, a velvety. This whole conversation has been listened to. A velvety,
Wonderful.
like warm, but also like kind of a powerful voice rings out through this orb,
shit.
and it begins to light up, and you hear the Moonlit King speak to you for the first time,
Oh, well.
well, of course.
and he says, "You are much ruder than the last crew that my wife sent.
In my,
You
Your Majesty,
didn't even introduce yourself."
Your Majesty, in my defense, I didn't say you would let yourself go. I was just saying if a big if you had let yourself go and your shirt was all askew, maybe you'd be embarrassed by your shirt being all askew. That's all I'm saying. I
didn't
think it's a
so.
reasonable thing to expect.
I'm on
I
your
would be
side.
embarrassed by my shirt being all askew. That's fine. Maybe I'm just projecting, okay?
But I don't think so. I'm on your side, King. I think you
Oh,
probably look
my
great.
God, I can't believe this is typical. This is typical. If Lark were here, she'd understand what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying right now.
Oh, Lark is with me.
Oh? And when you
Well,
say with you, Do you
Yeah,
mean
how's that
physically
going?
there,
Yeah.
Yes.
or are you a thing?
She is
All right.
sitting next to me.
Is she all right?
Have her say something.
She is a
Don't touch me.
bargaining chip.
Aha.
Why are you really
Right.
here? Is it to do her bidding?
It was, yes.
Fannin, don't say that.
No.
Ooh.
Yes, Your Majesty. That is why we're here.
My reaction.
That's not, that, Your Majesty, that's not why all of us are here.
Oh?
Just
Why are you here, strange fey creature?
I don't even know these two very well. See, I wasn't born next to them or anything. They're not my blood relatives.
You hear him speak to somebody off to the side. You don't get the idea that it's Lark. Kind of babbles in strange, disjointed words, and then he kind of voice snaps back as if he like pulled the phone away and brought it back to his face again.
Got it.
And he says, "Who? And what of you? The one who seeks her love."
Right.
Well, that could be either of them. You're gonna have to be more specific.
One seeks her power. I know that vice well.
So you're talking about me, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Bard.
Why am I here? Yes?
Why have you come?
To gain her favor. To gain her favor as a follower of her. I look towards Vannon.
And you, Your Majesty?
Yes, why are you
Why
here?
are you here?
Nice, good.
Nice, very good. Yeah,
This will get him. This will get him.
Yeah. I like
Okay. All right. Vannon gets to make the persuasion roll.
it. Okay, well, I'm not as good as Theoden, but
I'm going to give
not
you
terrible
advantage
at
on it because all the rest of you said the wrong thing.
Hey!
Oh, okay.
24.
He says,
Hey.
I am the ancient spirit, doomed for long eons to walk this maze, and each day to be chained fast to a dozen tiny fires till the crimes done in my sighted days are purged and burnt away. Have you come to free me?
Do you desire freedom, Your Majesty?
Don't we
Is that
all?
your wish? Well,
Did you not come to keep the free city of Zobeck free?
it was a nice perk of the job.
I can keep the city free.
Can
I
you?
can give you more than she ever did.
You see, Your Majesty, as much as I believe you have that power, what I'm not sure I believe is that I would live long enough to make any use of it once I left here.
You are the one who seeks power, right?
Among other things.
You can have my power.
You'll forgive any impertinence, Your Majesty, but your power is not enough to defeat her. If it were, we wouldn't be here.
So be it.
Yikes.
The whap there.
Ow.
Your Lady Lark is the only one who has shown me any favors. Since you cannot join me, you'll have to fight me.
I thank you, Your Majesty. For a moment, I thought perhaps it was time to see the tide changing around me and change with it, but
It does
so
not
easily.
matter, follower of the Queen of Night and Magic, for you will give me what I want, one way or the other.
Perhaps. But so easily did you give up the promise of freedom and power.
And he begins to laugh, and as it does, the orb shakes in your hand, Theoden, as if it becomes stronger and stronger. And he says, freedom comes in many forms. And the orb burst in your hand. Ha! Yeah, just like that.
Yes.
To dust.
As soon as I get the prop, it's gone. Thanks.
Well, I guess we can't trade the orb then.
Well, I guess that's not a thing.
Very good.
I do still have this emerald.
Yeah, no, I mean, we could definitely try and give her that,
When you put your hands in your... Who had the eyes? Who kept all the eyes? Who took Revich's eyes?
Absolutely not.
No way.
So Lark has Revich's eyes?
I think so,
Of course.
unfortunately.
Of course she does. It is in fact this time if you look up, you can see the top of the tower and you can tell it's open right to the air as if it's like a raised, slanted roof, and there's movement up there as if things are flying or dodging back and forth across the hole where the staircase once stood and would have led you.
Oh.
And as all of you look around, the staircase, the Moonlight staircase, brings itself back up, and it kind of sounds like somebody running up the full length of a piano as it and kind of puts itself back into place. And it connects right before all of you up to the next floor.
I don't trust this.
Nor I, but it does seem rather petty for him to just yank the staircase out from under us. And I don't know what choice we have.
I don't either. This is really...
Thoughts, Seraphim?
Where?
He wants us to fight him? Is that what he said?
I don't
have
know
to
if I
fight
want
me.
to.
We just need to get the orb, but eventually.
Okay, so we just get the orb then. Well, that's fine. That means we don't have to necessarily fight. Just get the orb and get
I
out.
imagine there will be a bit of fighting, but yes, the
maybe.
orb and go is, not doesn't have to be
ideal.
a duel to the death.
Much more comfortable with that.
Yeah, if that
But,
one.
though, I mean, he is married to her, yes?
I don't believe so, no.
And she's the queen. If I destroy the king, then I have a better shot of being vacuumed into being the king. Thus,
You don't know. I mean, they could.
You know
they
that
could
moment when you were falling and all the pieces started to come together?
Uh-huh.
When Theoden
Ew.
says that, you realize that if somebody kills the king, they become the king.
so?
Theoden, I
What? Yes, what?
I don't say this lightly, genuinely, because, I know what it is to have a goal sort of torn out from under you suddenly. But if your desire is to be the king, then I think we are staring at your future. Queen's consort is a different thing, but king, you're looking at the perks.
Ooh.
Well, thank you. All right, very well. Then we will get There's a lot of... I mean, you could probably get a couple of people to come here and clean up the rubble off of the 4th floor and even get some of... Either way, it's too much for me. I think you're right. We'll go up there, we'll get what we need, and we will get out. Without having to fight. Well, we may still have to fight. I mean...
Yeah,
I would,
Clark
in
is there,
fact-
we're fighting. Let's be real.
I would, in fact, encourage all of us to not land a killing blow, in fact.
What?
Yes, very well.
Oh.
That is giving me a lot of credit, assuming.
Fair enough. Fair enough. It's a bit like they say the only certainties in life are death and taxes. Well, here in the Shadow Realm, the certainties are death, taxes, and somebody's got to be the Mad King.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's not great. It's not. So I wouldn't,
Well, what if he died by what if he slipped on something and fell down the stairs?
Ooh, and then the stairs become the king.
Oh.
Perhaps whoever spilled the slick, maybe?
Well, what if no one did? What if he like dropped something and then fell down later? And like, what if he accidentally? What if it was a total accident? Nobody did it.
I love this thought.
You've broken Theoden in the best of ways. Now he really wants to know what would happen.
And we have to try it.
Yes, I don't know how we make that happen without making it happen, but yes.
I have a lot of oil.
Yeah, but if you place it, then it's you, isn't it?
Or what if like what if he has an allergy or something? And like
I like it.
We'll sneeze him to death.
yay.
Is there some sort of what's a hyperallergenic animal you can probably conjure out of your bag of squirrels?
Well,
Sphinx
I don't know. Let's see. I mean, I just pull out squirrels, but well, here's the real question though.
There's shellfish in there.
If I put my question for it though is like if I threw out some like rabid squirrels and he got rabies and he died of rabies, like would I become the king or would the squirrel become the king?
Squirrel would have become the king.
Yeah, that's what I would think. Vannon, I need an answer to this.
Vannon has been like turned
options.
to you all like the meme of like the equations around
Yeah,
sort of every now and again,
conspiracy theories.
like muttering
Pretty sure.
something that that but just sort of muttering, occasionally pointing about. And so what? Sorry, what was that, Seraphim? What?
You know what? It's probably not important.
Right. Yes, and right back to the equations.
So I think we go up, get and get out. Yes, get
I
lost.
thought the little bright gal was going to come back with the buttons.
I think
I wonder
she's
if she
not
got him and
coming
just
back
flew
with
away
the
or something.
buttons. I think that's what happened.
Hmm.
She was like, "I'll just get them," and then she left. We didn't
Yeah,
say
she
come
might,
back.
but then if that's the case, then what if we're going up for no reason? What if the button's already gone and he has no clothes on at all? What if he's totally
Destroy
naked?
him, or get the orb and leave.
Bannon. They are your thing. You're trying to tie the red strings together.
Yeah.
You're trying very
He's
hard
gone
to
down
tie
a
the
bit
strings
of a
together.
rabbit hole.
It's not just anybody that kills the king.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody, his power is tied to the
Orb
orb.
of rule.
So
Uh-huh.
it's who takes up the orb.
Oh, how interesting.
Which means if you say take it back to the queen, she gets to be
Right.
queen and king.
Ooh.
She takes over the entire rule of the Fae Kingdom.
Cool.
And yes, this would mean taking up all the power of the king.
Right. But apparently not the curse, or at least she doesn't think so.
Or she doesn't care. Her
Or she
plan was
doesn't
for
care.
you to
Sure.
bring it
Sure.
back to her. She does not expect one of you to take up his rule.
Right.
Hmm.
I wonder if that Vannon, you know things.
Do
you
Sometimes.
suppose- Do you suppose that the curse takes place immediately? Like the madness, is it like an immediate madness or is it like a madness after some time?
I
You
would
and
guess,
both giving me
Vannon
wonderful
says
credit
as
here.
he looks to his other non-Sarastra god with the red hair and the red glasses, and says, "I would think that it's more about the intent of taking and one might say attuning perhaps to the orb of rule. But assuming that none of us spent, meditation time with it, I think we might be all right. But to be named king, one would have to do that, which would then lead to the curse."
In regards to the buttons hold his crest, and you know that any means of royalty use their crest to
right.
do things like sign off on massive political moves or property or resources. They use it as a signature.
with that, she could almost do the same thing.
Right.
And leave him
Right,
locked in a
right, right.
tower.
Do we know if that Celestial succeeded in taking his buttons and effing off?
You do not. You
Great,
do
okay.
not. That's the story
Well,
for a
alright.
different day.
Step 1, we
That's a
try
problem
for the
for not
buttons.
us.
Right, yeah. Step 1, we try for the buttons. Step 2, we go for the orb. Yeah. In fact, I think the buttons are a much safer plan.
Well, assuming they're still there.
Right, I don't think they're going to be there, but
Nah, I
There's a
don't
very
know
good
that.
chance they won't be, but
I mean, they could be replaced with something funny like a turnip.
you just had giant turns.
Just maybe wouldn't notice.
Maybe, yeah.
I wonder if
possibly.
there is a way I can get the celestial woman back.
You've got enough going on with you right now, Thaden.
Yeah, you'd really.
What's
you've
another
already got a
one?
square.
What's another point to this polyhedron?
You did say you wanted a pentagon.
I do.
I know you do.
A part of my bucket list is a pentagon. So I think we will get a. I don't know. I don't think I could do anything.
I don't know if there's a way to summon her. I mean, she seems to do whatever she wants.
I do have a lot
Well-
of these weird love spells. Let me take a look.
Apparently, you summoned her to begin with. Can you? You don't suppose you can do it again, Sarah?
Was it
I don't know how that happened.
I really
think
don't
she may have
either.
been- she may have just been saying words. I don't know.
Rely on her. I have a great idea. Give me a moment.
What's that?
I need 10 minutes.
All right.
No!
What? Why?
No,
Yeah, I don't know. I think you're going to do something gross. You were already talking my butt earlier.
that's fair. That's fair.
Okay, and why is that gross? First of all,
I don't know. I don't know. It led to a lot of things that I didn't feel comfortable with.
I'm so sorry about you falling down the stairs
Thank you.
and talking to your butt, but there was a celestial on your bum, and I was trying to interact with it.
Well, I appreciate the apology. All right, take your 10 minutes.
And am I forgiven?
I'll allow it
Okay,
this time.
great, wonderful, thank you. So I have a crystal ball here that will help me try to scry on the celestial woman.
Oh. Oh, on the celestial woman. Oh, that's interesting.
All right. Well, that's
I am interested in how you plan to do this. If nothing else, you can try to roll just an Arcana check. It's
All
gonna
right,
need
well, I
to
have
be
the spell.
high. Oh, you do.
Yes. And it's prepped.
Oh, perfect.
Oh God.
The target must make a
if-
wisdom saving throw, which is modified by
I've
how well
never
you know
done
the
this.
target and a sort of physical connection you have to it.
Okay, and I don't.
We'll also know right away if
probably
she's
anybody.
not on, and we'll know right away if she's not on this plane anymore. If she's
That's
fucked back
true.
off to Mount Celestia. Excuse me. If she's headed back off to Mount Celestia or whatever.
and if she has, likely with some buttons.
You cast. What do you say?
Some buttons.
Right. This isn't the 25-word one, is it?
I don't
No.
think so.
That's
Do I need
She's
to
gonna
say
make a. She's going to make a
No.
wisdom saving throw,
Oh,
but
sweet. I just need to hear and see. Okay. I will take out the ball. I will then pour some ink over it from my vial, and then I will wipe it. And as I do, it'll polish and shine so shiny that you start to see almost like light from behind it refracts and bends. And when it does, a dark lens opens up, and I'm able to then see inside as it projects what is going on wherever she may be.
oh, interesting. So it's not a direct communication link. Well, she matched with advantage your wisdom, the 16, but I'm gonna give it to you because this
Thank you.
is funny.
Okay. And that's what I like to do.
In essence, what you're doing is connecting to a celestial entity. Most of the celestials that were so damaged and abused, you let free. So she should be the only one in this area that maybe you can connect to. And what you witness is her inside of the chamber behind the blue wall downstairs. You see her kind of spin around, and on the throne sits a strange kind of crystalline figure. Maybe the Moonlit King himself, you're not sure. But that is what you see as you hear like, and she steps closer, and you can see Lady Lark is sitting there, is in fact there, but you don't make out a whole lot, orb. As she reaches, you see a tiny hand reach for the button on his jacket, and it goes out. The scry goes out. And as it does, in its place appears a different celestial. The only celestial in this area. The blind one that you met at court. The man whose eyes Lady Lark currently holds. He doesn't actually know how he got here. It's as if there was like a backlash or something, and you were able to actually bring him here. But you managed to see she is trying very hard to get his buttons. Revich, this angel, looks very I say that you can't see his eyes; they are in fact bound. But he goes, "Where am I? What magic is this?"
Trying to take the buttons off of the blind man?
What?
No. Okay. Yes. All right. So it looks like she's working on getting the buttons.
Who's that other voice?
Just
Who's that?
Oh, it's the blind guy.
You spin round and he's standing right there. There's a crack down the middle of your crystal ball. You no longer see through her kind of first-person perspective. Instead, he stands there extremely confused. He's kind of backed up against the wall. And he goes, "I know this place." And his hand kind of follows down the wall. And he looks around as if he sees things that you cannot. And then his eye pans around, or his face pans around and stops on all of you.
Oh, is he?
He sees us?
He's physically there.
Right, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
he's
it
here.
Summoned
I'm
him
sorry.
here. Yeah, it summoned him here.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Oh, hello.
I move the
Hayden!
ball, and as I do, he's right there. Oh,
Hayden, what did you do? You said just to give you 10 minutes, not 10 minutes and an invitation.
I'm not sure what happened.
What's this? What's he doing here?
I don't know. I was simply just trying to communicate, or trying to at least see where the celestial woman was, but I seem to have maybe crossed some sort of shadow weave as pulled someone. I don't know. Hello?
He looks upset.
Perfect. You don't say.
So you're here, then?
It looks
Here you
this way. You called me here.
No.
You, and he points right at Theoden, even though his eyes are missing.
He
Ow.
made it.
Yeah,
said
no,
look
he
this
he
way,
he
it was
did.
blind.
He did. That was him. He
Yes.
did that.
Yes, that was me.
What
I
is
did
it that you
on accident.
want?
I did not mean to.
Assistance?
You
Oh, no, we didn't
accidentally
mean to.
summoned a nearby celestial. Accidentally?
Oh, Peyton, what did you do?
No. We summoned you for a very good reason.
Okay.
Your celestialness. What do you know about the moon?
You see he glows with this kind of pure, warm light. Different than that of the moon, but no less powerful. And he kind of lights this space. And he says, "I know only what I am supposed to know. The rest of the time, I serve Her Majesty and the Lords of Light.
Oh, good.
I heard through the rumor mill. Maybe it was the Celestials screeching through the sky. That all of you killed the Roach King."
What's gotten about that, huh?
Would that be a positive or a negative thing?
And because depending on the answer, we will then give ours.
I will say this. Long have I sought his demise, but his balance was necessary.
Oh, bad.
Oh.
Since all of you have done us, including the Lords of Light, a favor, I will grant you one.
I did not think any of you would make it this far. I assumed the labyrinth would consume you whole when Her Majesty told us that all of you were heading in. The courts had a great laugh about it. Nonetheless, I would like to assure you, fix another problem of the Lords of Light. And he snaps his fingers, and when he does, you all get a long rest.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a delight.
What a buddy!
What good news.
Thank you.
He snaps his hands and you feel rejuvenated. And he says, well, since this meeting you're going to have with the king is irrevocably going to affect the future of the Shadow Realm, I shall stay here and observe the event. But first, and he kind of flaps these beautiful wings and he shoots up through this floor, or the not the floor, the hole in the middle of the room where the stairs stand. He cuts right through these moonlight stairs, and when he gets to the top, all of you literally must shield your eyes, for a giant beacon of light beams out, and you hear the wailing sounds of creatures as he consumes them with this radiant light. When he's done, the creatures fall through the floor, the holes, and down at your feet. They seem to be some kind of additional devils, as he has crispy fried them with celestial light.
What's going on?
Theogen, I don't know if you want to see this.
I want to see it. I can't, though, because it's so bright.
Well, it's pretty brutal.
Very well.
Yeah.
Give me the word picture.
Seraphim's going to pick one of the crispy things up and just like smush it against Theoden's hand.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what you're missing out on.
Yeah.
Revit simply says, I shall wait at the very top of this tower, on the roof. If you are successful, I will fly you back to the courts.
Sweet.
Where did we meet Revich? I'm so sorry.
You met Revich in the courts at the party. He was very quiet, but you did see the blind angel there. He was kind of... Yeah. And you know that he works for a different faction for the Queen called the Lords of Light. And you learned a little bit about them when the first interaction with the Roach King, but you got his perspective on the Lords of Light.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
not his perspective on the Roach King, yeah. So it was just like a little bit there, but there seemed to be some inner courtly politics between the two of them. And Revich simply says, you're not going to find the king up here. And all of you hear this kind of chiming noise, like as somebody runs their fingers across chime bells. Yeah, exactly. Ring. And the Revich simply says, he's put down his wall. Looks like you should make your way back to the throne room on the first floor.
I was worried about that.
Oh.
Yeah.
First floor.
And he again shoots up through to the 5th floor, and you see his kind of beaming light. The tower acts more like a lighthouse now versus this kind of dark and dreary place. As all of you see the staircase reform as his light cuts through it, and you can all see it goes all the way back down to the 1st floor of the audience chamber, where the king awaits for you alongside Lady Lark. But we're at time.
Yeah.
So we'll have to find out what happens with the Shadow King next week.
Oh, snap.
Oh, snap.
With our long rests.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Yes, y'all all got a long
Thank
rest.
you. Thank
got a long
you.
rest.
Yay.
We'll see. I'm gonna have to figure out something really sneaky for this little cutie that's running around.
Okay.
So I mean, y'all, if they get their hands on the crest of the king,
That's havoc.
No, it'll be great.
Fine.
It'll be great.
It'll be all on Vannon.
Which is
I mean, yeah.
fine.
Which I'm increasingly... Well, we'll talk about that next week. Never mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? Let's get some outros. And since
Let's do it.
it seems that everybody's a little like
questioning what next week might be like. I'll add a little question on our way out today. Some questions on our way out. We'll do some stars and wishes. As you outro yourself, tell people where they can find you when you're not over here on Kobold Press on Monday nights. But let's hear. What were all of your favorite moments, right? Maybe from another character. And let's hear a wish. What is a wish you have going into next week as you get to finally meet the Moonlit King face to face? We're going to go backwards. So Eugenio, you're up first.
All right. Hi, everybody. I'm Eugenio. I'm on the internet as DM Jazzy Hands. You can find me on Twitter and here on Twitch under that name. Where can you find me this week? Tuesdays and Thursdays, I stream on my channel, twitch.tv/DM Jazzy Hands. I would love for you all to join me and coming out with me on Tuesday and Thursday afternoons. That said, this week is probably the end of Mass Effect 3. So if you're concerned about spoilers for the series, maybe this isn't the week to join me. Tomorrow we'll be finishing up the second half of the Citadel DLC, if you're familiar, and then doing the end game of Mass Effect 3. So I'm excited about that. So if you don't want spoilers, hit follow button and then come next week and we'll see what we're doing next. I have a D&D podcast that releases new episodes every Wednesday. It's called The Last Refuge. We are barreling towards the end of season 8. So if you're looking for lots of content to binge, we just recorded episodes 209 and 210 yesterday. Wow. So lots there. And then Sunday, I am one of the co-DMs of Rivals of Waterdeep. You can check out episode 7 of this season, co-DM'd by me and Urban Bohemian, on the Rivals of Waterdeep channel here on Twitch.
And you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and put this out there too, since we have made the announcement, but we've not made announcement.
Okay.
You'll be seeing a little bit more of our dear friend here, along with some of his fellow friends from their podcast, The Last Refuge, as they come on for our next show. Set in the Northlands of Midgard. That is what I can tell you without spoiling too much.
Great. So come check us out. I'm very excited to play another game with some of the podcast crew, get them on a stream. It's going to be a lot of fun. Stars and wishes. There is something hilarious to me about Seraphim with a little celestial on her booty, balancing on a beam. I just thought that was all excellent. I also really liked us screaming on top of each other in a way that felt hilarious and also
chaotic.
Zoom, yeah. So really well done, everybody there. And wishes. You know what? I think I didn't realize this, and I had no intention of this coming in, but I think Vanon's arc for this story is that he's real disenchanted with this queen.
Oh.
And I think he is still afraid of her enough that I'm not just gonna be screw her, let's do something else. But Vanon's looking for options, so Vanon wouldn't hate it if the king had something to offer that included, protection.
Paid time off, benefits.
Right. I'm telling you, her benefits package is garbage.
Says the queen who gave you 4 levels at the top of this campaign.
And then what?
Be more.
Yeah, I don't know. Vanon's real torn. So Vanon is open to offers, I think. That's not really a wish, but that's where I'm at. Because also Theoden wants to, whatever with the queen, so I don't want to totally ruin that for him. I don't have much. I don't care too much about the royalty of the courts anymore, like I used to. Queen
could just all you got to do is just be the new Moonlit King.
Yes,
is that all? So many options. We'll
what's
see.
What's a wish? What's a wish you've got?
Do you know? I don't know if this is what you want from me, but I'm going to say it anyway because I think Vanon's wish right now is to figure out a way, or to find a source of power that doesn't have such an obvious ceiling. How's that?
Okay.
To see, because right now I think Vanon sees that I can study as much arcane magic as I want, but I'm never getting any further as a cleric of the Shadow Queen. And I don't think Vanon likes that. So Vanon's wish is to find a way to remove the obstacles to future power. How's that?
Interesting.
Yeah, I thought so too as I
Curious.
discovered it during this episode.
Okay, interesting. What about you, Fox? What you up to?
Yeah, hello, as always. I am Rocket Fox. You can find me all over the place, usually over on my Instagram and also on my own Twitch channel, where, as of late, I've been playing a lot of Biomutant, but today I actually just had the cam on the bunnies.
Oh, bunny cam.
That's awesome.
Bunny cam. And if you want to see me play Biomutant, it's kind of similar to that, except the bunnies are in a post-apocalyptic, post-human society, and they have lots of weapons, so that's exciting.
Just like the bunny cam.
Just like the bunny cam, it's the same thing. And then on Thursday evenings, I am over on Sirenscape's channel, where we have an ongoing Cyberpunk Red game that goes on forever. And this week we're actually going to be starting season 3, I believe. So that's going to be real cool. And I also have a podcast called Fantastically Strange, which is both fantastic and strange. So if you like either and either or both of those things, it is for your ear holes. Yeah,
Fill them, please.
So that is right. But yeah, I think as far as favorite moments, I really liked how Theoden interacted with the Celestial, and
Thank you.
just him adding to his lady pile is a lot.
Lady
It's a
pile.
lot. Like it is. I appreciate it from a character standpoint, but like Sarah is going to have a heart attack. But I do love how he dealt with the whole talking to her butt.
Yep.
You know, that was
Handled
good. But I also
very much like a friend.
very much
Just like
like
a good friend. It's like, yo, you got
Yes.
something on your butt.
Something
What?
on your bum.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm
May
not
wanna
talking
take
to
a
your
look.
butt, but I'm
But
not.
I have to. I'm gonna be looking at it.
You know, but I also really appreciated later too, like, hey, I'm sorry about all that. Is it cool? Are we cool? Like
Yeah.
that was a really nice, you
Is
know,
your butt
that
good?
was-
Yeah.
that was good. That was nice. I really felt it. And also I gotta say too, Vannon making the bridge up there and catching Seraphim. So
Such
that
a
she could
cool
believe-
way to use that spell too.
Yeah.
I love that spell. Thank you.
Yeah.
And also, thank you for being generous and saying I caught you.
Yeah. Well, and thanks for-
Hey, a
Listen.
failure doesn't mean you don't do the thing you want. It just means it may not be very
Listen.
successful.
You're right.
Thanks
Right.
for trying to do it, because Vannon has been with her in a party for a while. He knows how big she is. Like he knows. We all
Yeah.
know. And
Stairs,
you know what?
Small spaces, not great.
Right. Even without stopping to think about it, he was like, "Oh no, I can't let her fall. I will go up and catch her with my body." He was like,
I got
Like-
you.
Better catch her.
I got you.
yeah, like
Yeah, exactly.
no, and I like 200 pounds was a very low. I think they weigh more like 400 pounds.
Yeah,
Like,
they're
it
very
is
large
ridiculous.
creatures. Yeah.
They're very
Yeah.
like it's almost like a horse. He went up to catch a horse. So anyway,
What a true friend.
that is a friend right
And what
there.
are you wishing
There's a
for
horse
there,
coming.
Fox? Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, I got you. Oh no. But
no.
my wish is to see who among us is going to try and become the king.
That's a good
could have
wish. That's a
You
good
could
wish.
have it.
Because let's be real. Someone's gonna do it. Someone is gonna make that call.
Yes.
Well,
I
and there's a
guess
non-zero
Mark.
chance that it's none of the three of us. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna do it. It's likely gonna be one of us.
Yeah.
That'll be next. I guess we'll find out next week. Myth.
Hi everybody, I'm Mythematic. I am a role player, voice actor here on Twitch. I do a lot of stuff. I also role play in Red Dead on my channel. Check it out. I'm also the Dungeon Master of Spellwind over on Table Story, a homebrew world with cosmic mystery and volatile magic. So if that's something you're interested in, check it out. Do the Spellwind Challenge, which is just watch episode 1. And that's it. Good luck. Anyway, so the my stars and wishes, which is a wonderful term, and I've never done it before. My stars, I think, today was being able to use the scry spell for the first time. And this is a pretty these are pretty mechanically done stars and wishes. I almost said stars and whistles. So like doing the the scry spell, and also just that whole scene was really cool. I felt like I was really there, except for the fact that I didn't know he was transported.
I actually loved that moment of like, hello, and he's like right behind you, you know? So honest.
Yeah. So that was really cool. I really enjoyed that scene, and I think my wish is, or his wishes are, I think I've got this throes of ecstasy spell that I just want to see what it does. So I think that's what I think Theoden wants to. I don't know.
Wow.
Use it on the king.
I was gonna say, now we
Use it
know.
on the
Now we know what's coming next week.
king.
Yeah.
I mean, have
Evan-
both royals after you. Come on, this is like in a
Imagine.
romantic way.
That's not how wars start or anything.
This is. I didn't get a pentagon. I got a corona. Look at it. It is fantastic.
Oh, vey, this is gonna be Well, first off, go follow these incredible people. Second off, if you don't already follow Kobold Press, you should do that too, because you'll catch me here most of the time there. But I do have some of my own things going on under Little Red Dot. You can check that out. I'm very excited for actually the upcoming winter campaign, the short one that we're going to be running with The Last Refuge. I can't spoil too much because in 2 weeks I'll be doing a big open GM planning session where you can come see me build the world and things, but can't spoil too much. And right now, you still have a chance to get in on the Ebon Tides Kickstarter. So if you're really loving this setting, the Plane of Shadows, and you want to know more outside of the Courts of the Shadow Fae, well, oh boy, have I got news for you. We are almost done with the Kickstarter. We've got just a little under a few days left, I believe, with great success. And it's a setting book. It's a setting book with more information than you can probably digest. All about the Plane of Shadows. And a second book called the Tales from the Shadows, which is 13 adventures set in an anthology. And you're actually going to get to see this group, when they're done with this module, potentially jump into one of the brand new adventures and see where it leads them in the last little bit of their episode. How they get there, what happens, well, that's really on them, isn't it? And what they choose to do next week. So make sure you join us then. And again, we'll be back this Wednesday for the close-out Kobold chat about the Book of Ebon Tides. We'll have both of the designers, Wolfgang Bauer, of course, our Kobold in Chief, and Celeste Conowitch on board, along with Scott, who is the editor. Is going to be a pretty great chat. So if you had questions lingering and we couldn't spill beans, this is the Wednesday we can spill pretty much all the beans. All the beans are being spilled. So come on out, get your questions answered by the writers themselves. It's going to be very, very cool. As we hang out, and then mark your calendars and follow us on social, because we've got a lot of cool stuff coming up, including a run of Empire of the Ghouls. So for those of you that love that module, getting a little dark here at the end of the year, and then this special thing we're going to be doing with the Last Refuge podcast. So that's what I got. That's who I am. These folks, y'all killed it tonight. Y'all killed it tonight. I had no idea going into this one.
What are your stars and wishes?
Oh, my stars and wishes. I really appreciate the moment. I'm going to do one for each of you. I really appreciate the moment where Vannon chose not to attack the Darrow. That it was like, just stop fighting, right? Sometimes I think it's always a really nice moment when players choose not to just murder everything. It's really, really nice. So I want to give you kudos for that, because that's could be an important player for all of you later, because you left him alive. I really loved our dear moment with the pluck of the tail fur, only because any other player but Fox would have fought that tooth and nail. Like, I believe you would have been like, how can I get away from it? But you owned it so beautifully and so innocently and with such naive joy that it made it a moment where other people could flourish. And that is a sign of a great role player and a great shared person to have at your table. So cheers to you, Fox. And our dear Theoden, I appreciate Myth. I never don't appreciate, but I appreciate how deep you dive into your characters. And the fact that you are not afraid of more drama. We did not even get a drama bar tonight, and you had no problem adding another I'm just going to say creature. Yeah, a creature to your pentagon now of love. And it continues to grow. And I look forward to the mounting moment of when that Pentagon
I
comes
also
crumbling
look for
down.
that moment
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, I love that. So, kudos to all of you for just being incredible role players and great people to have at the table that let each other thrive. Because I think all of your choices make you look great, make others look great, and that's the kind of people I want to be playing with. As for my wish, I look forward to seeing when we find out what's going on with Lark and how Lark responds to being brought directly to the Moonlit King. I very much look forward to what you all think when he maybe has some other propositions.
Perfect.
I can only be so vague and only so specific, but I very much look forward to that. And I too look forward to seeing if anybody decides to
From
take
the
up
chaotic,
a
dramatic
little
player,
extra power.
yes,
Yeah. Who's
right.
going to take up some extra power? And I've got a real big thing waiting for all of you. Poor Theoden. I'll just have to.
What?
Yeah, poor
What you-
Theoden.
there's
I'm going to say it
nothing.
in advance. Even though
No
you've got a
way.
Pentagon right now, it
Everything
may
will
go
be
back to a
fine.
square. It may go back to a
It'll
square.
be fine.
We'll find out. We'll find out. But
Have faith.
not till next week, everybody. If you want to catch the remainder of this show and find out and watch all of their shenanigans, you can pop over to our YouTube, where both the first season of Courts of the Shadow Fae and the continuation of this one is now available for you to binge at your leisure. All right, gang, we will see you next Monday, same time. Actually, let me rephrase that. On time, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Next week, same Kobold time, same Kobold channel. Until then, everybody, bye.